AOC derangement syndrome is in full attack mode, and it's just in full. It's been exposed, and it's on the spread currently. And so what you're looking at now is she'll make a statement, and immediately what the right-wing smearers do is they try to paint her as the left Sarah Palin. Now, I have receipts on this. So, for example, I did a story about that guy named Ryan Saavedra, who's like this bullshit reporter. I use that in quotes because he's a smear artist. Tried to make AOC look stupid by saying that the algorithms had human biases, which MIT came out, Eric Weinstein, everyone came out and was like, dude, you idiot, this is a real problem. And then on top of that, you go back into this dude's past tweets, and he's like, the algorithm is silencing conservatives. Oh my God, that guy is crazy. But anyway, so AOC had made a statement saying, I think she said something to the effect of, our world will be over in 12 years if we don't stop the effects of climate change. Now, people are trying to use that as like her as the left side opinion, but what she's doing is she's repeating what was stated by a scientific study from, I believe, was it the IPCC? I'm not sure. Yeah, it was the IPCC. So their report says basically if we don't act in 12 years to reduce the effects, there will be non-reversible effects that will have a lot of issues. The biggest one probably being water levels rising, and when you have the ice caps melting and we don't have any fucking water to drink, that's not a good thing. And houses are underwater. Despite what Ben Shapiro said, you can't just sell homes underwater and move because no one's gonna buy them. Anyways, here's what this article says. It says scientists say Ocasio-Cortez's dire climate warning is spot on. This is from Think Progress. They say, back in October, the nations of the world unanimously approved a landmark report from the scientists warning that we must make sharp reductions in global carbon dioxide emissions by 2030 to have any plausible chance of averting catastrophic climate change. The report, published by the UN Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, led to headlines like, quote, we have 12 years to limit climate change catastrophe, warns UN by The Guardian, and the world has just over a decade to get climate change under control, UN scientists say, from the Washington Post. But when the popular freshman representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez made the exact same point as the IPCC, the world's foremost scientific panel on climate change, that millennials in the U.S. fear, quote, the world is going to end in 12 years if we don't address climate change, the right wing and even some in the media pounce. And that's absolutely true. They tried pouncing on it to make her look like the left-wing Sarah Palin when she's referencing a literal fucking scientific study by the IPCC, and you're trying to make her look like the left Sarah Palin. You think Sarah Palin... Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. Sarah Palin's gone. Here is the interesting part about this article. It says, so, Think Progress contacted leading experts on exactly what the science says. They confirmed that, yes, as Ocasio-Cortez says, we must act swiftly if we're to maintain any plausible hope that we can avoid the catastrophic impacts that come with warming of 2 degrees Celsius or more above pre-industrial temperatures. Projected impacts look especially bad beyond 2 degrees Celsius or so planetary warming, leading climate expert Michael Mann told Think Progress, quote, and there is no scenario for stabilizing warming below 2 degrees Celsius that doesn't require rapid reductions in carbon emissions over the next decade. Andrew Jones, co-director of Climate Interactive, a U.S. think tank that generated some of the scenarios the IPCC used in its report, said he definitely agreed with Mann's assessment. Rapid reductions means a 30 to 50% decrease in global emissions by 2030, rather than the 10% increase we are currently looking at. It says, it is not possible to overstate the urgency of the matter. As Deborah Roberts, a co-chair of the report's working group on climate impacts, told The Guardian back in October, quote, this is the largest clarion bell from the science community, and I hope it mobilizes people and dents the mood of complacency. So basically, you have a bunch of scientists and ones who actually worked on the scientific study and report, which I know Republicans aren't a big fan of science. I think that every single Republican candidate for president said they didn't believe in evolution. Someone can correct me if there's some, caveat there, but I'm pretty sure that I was just watching some old clips about that. But she's citing a scientific study. Why are you trying to act like she's the left Sarah Palin or she's some goofball or some idiot? And this is a consistent and constant tactic that has been used by the right. So people like Ben Shapiro and idiots, reporters for the Daily Wire, have you, like Ryan Saavedra, who try to act like stuff that she says is insanely dumb, because then it's an attempt to, discredit what she's saying. It's not true. Like, she's citing a scientific study. So everyone running with, oh, she thinks the world's going to end in 12 years if we don't do anything. No, you idiot. She's talking about the study, how it says if we don't reverse the effects of climate change, if we don't lower emissions by, I think it's at 30 to 50%, we're looking at a 2 degrees Celsius increase in temperatures, which is a big problem. So the scientists are with AOC. You're just idiots.